So Jai Hind. In our last lecture we have discussed about CAD. So this subject is basically about CAD and CAM. So today we will discuss about CAM, a brief introduction of CAM, what is CAM is. Then we will study brief introduction how CAD and CAM helps in day-to-day life, in manufacturing processes, in making the projects, complicated parts of vehicles. So we will see later in this today's topic. So starting with CAM, what is CAM is. So basically CAM is the short form of computer aided manufacturing. Okay, so CAM is computer aided manufacturing, in which there is a use of computer system to plan, manage and control the operations of the manufacturing plant through direct or indirect computer interface with plant resources. So basically we are clubbing computer resources with the machines that were traditional machines, conventional machines, which were already in which we are producing the products. We are combining those machines with computers. We are taking the help of computers, so that computers, in CAD we have discussed, we have modeled a product with the help of CAD. So the product which was modeled, which was designed in CAD, is now being transferred to the machines through computers, and this is how then the product is being manufactured by the machines. And many actuating systems, drives which are present in the machines are actually controlled by computers in these days. So with the help of these computers we can actually control the movement of the machine, so that a typical product which is which was difficult or impossible to manufacture using the conventional machine can now be manufactured using this computer aided machines, manufacturing technology. Okay, so basically in this we have a computer monitoring and control. So there is a computer and process. So data is being given from the process to the computer, and then accordingly process sends the signal, control signals, and this is how the thing are being controlled and monitored. So manufacturing support application. So when a process data is being sent to the computer, then after sending the process data, control signals are sent to the machine manufacturing operations, that is the machines which are connected with this computer. And when the manufacturing machines get the control signals, then they operate the drives, the actuating system which is present in the machine. They operate accordingly to manufacture a product. Now implementation of a typical CAM process on a CAD/CAM system. So basically a geometric model we need. The input of this system is geometric model, and this geometric model we have already modeled in CAD using a CAD software, using a CAD technique, which we have discussed in the last lecture. Okay, so after getting the geometric model, the system generate the interface algorithms for this model, and after generating the interface model, the process planning is being done, how the product or the part of the product will be manufactured and will be assembled later. So process planning is done after generating the interface algorithms. Once the process planning has been done, then the NC program is made. NC program are the coded instructions which are in a form of a coded language, which is given to the machines, so that they can act accordingly after reading these coded instructions. So that we call as the NC programs. Then after getting the NC programs, inspection is done. Once the between this NC, when the NC program machine get this NC program, they start manufacturing. So here manufacturing will be done when the machine will decode these instructions, coded instructions. Then after manufacturing, inspection will be done. Then after inspection, if there are number of components, smaller components, then we will assemble those components and make a final product. So assembly will be done, and then packaging of that product, and then after packaging, shipping and marketing, so that it can reach to the customer from where the need arises. So basically starting from the raw idea to the geometric model, that was CAD, and from geometric model to manufacturing and shipping of the product to the customer, it's come in CAM. So basically CAD and CAM both starting from the raw idea to the customer's end, they fills the gap using a computers. So CAM tools which are required to support the design process. So for process planning we use CAP, that is computer aided process planning. So earlier it was only process planning which was done manually, but today with the help of computers we do the process planning with the help of computers. So we call it as CAP, and we will study about CAP later in this subject. Then part programming. So for part programming we use NC programming techniques. So they are coded instructions in the form of G and M codes that are that we will see what is G and M codes, that we will study later in this subject. Then inspection is being done. So inspection is done with the help of using CAQ and inspection softwares. So these are some available techniques for inspection. Then assembly. So robotic simulation and programming is being used for assembly purpose. So these are the tools which are which supports this CAM process, which are used in day-to-day life for manufacturing and assembly purposes. Now basically, as we have discussed about CAD tools, here is the CAM tools. So we need a networking concept, first one, second manufacturing tools, and third is CAD, obviously a geometric model which we get from CAD. So these are the tools for CAM. Now when we talk about the parts which will be used individually, then we want a hardware unit, that is a control unit, display, terminals, input devices. Then we require a software like CAD, NC program, MRP, CAP, which are we call as CAM tools, and then networking for connectivity purpose, so that information can be transferred from one system to another system, from one step to another step. Okay. Now CAD and CAM, we are considering both at the same time. So clubbing the tools of CAD and CAM together, then we get this diagram. So we consider the tools of CAD. What were the tools of CAD? That was design tools, computer graphics, and geometric modeling. And what are the tools of this CAM? That is manufacturing and networking. So these three makes CAD, which was the third tool of CAM. So we are clubbing these tools and we get these 5 tools for CAD CAM purpose, that is manufacturing tools, design tools, geometric modeling, computer graphics concept, and networking. Okay. Now automation and CAD CAM. So automation can be defined as the technology concerned with the application of complex mechanical, electronic, and computer based system in operation and control of manufacturing system. And you know, the first time this automation word was given by Henry Ford, if you know, or if you have learnt about it, about automation, then Henry Ford is he was the CEO of a Ford company. You have listened about this Ford automobiles. So it was given in 80s, 18th century, and 18th century this word was generated by coined by Henry Ford at that time. So you can imagine how big that company was at that time when this word was coined, automation system. And he was the first one who made the material handling system, first material handling system in any automobile industry. Okay. And that was a failure, a biggest failure, which is used as a case study in MBA also. That was done by Henry Ford, and he faces a lot of losses due to that failure, which he used in his automobile industry. Now need of CAD CAM. So what is the need? Why we are studying this CAD CAM? So basically these need I have coined this term in points in point form. So first one is to increase productivity of the designer. First need. Second, to improve the quality of the design. Third, to improve communication. Fourth, to create manufacturing database. Fifth, to create and test tool parts and optimize them. Sixth, to help in production, scheduling and MRP models. This MRP is not maximum retail price, obviously. We will study about MRP and MRP2 later in this subject. Then to have effective shop floor control. So basically because of these reasons, we require CAD/CAM. And you know, the combination of CAD/CAM is known as CIM, Computer Integrated Manufacturing. The whole system which includes CAD/CAM, we call it as CIM, and CIM includes everything from raw idea to the consumption of the product at the consumer end. So whole idea, whole thing, all the processes of CAD and CAM, that comes in CIM, that is Computer Integrated Manufacturing. Next, advantages of CAD/CAM system. So greater flexibility, reduced lead times, reduced inventories, increased productivity, improved customer services, as all the points are self-descriptive, so I am not going in detail. Improved customer service, improved quality, improved communication with suppliers, better product design, greater manufacturing control, supported integration, reduced cost, increased utilization, reduction of machine tools, and less floor space. So these are the basic advantages using CAD/CAM system or using computer in manufacturing, okay, in design and manufacturing. So using those computers in design and manufacturing, we can get these benefits. Now what is the limitation of CAD? So this is the biggest limitation, gravity and friction. So real life concept cannot be incorporated in CAD. So you cannot analyze about gravity and friction using CAD techniques. You can analyze thermodynamic field, fluid field, but you cannot analyze the gravity effect and the friction effect on any product. Okay, so this is the biggest limitation of CAD system. Now area of application of CAD. So in each and every area CAD is being used, because everywhere a product has to be manufactured. If we talk about the processor, if we talk about the computer system, if we talk about anything, then everything has to be manufactured and it has to be delivered to the customer, and for manufacturing purpose we need a CAD system. So application of CAD is everywhere. Okay, so these are basically some fields. So in which topmost is mechanical engineering, which is basically concerns with the manufacturing of a product. Then electronic design, CAD is also used in electronic design. Architectural design for the civil engineers, in civil engineering, in textile industry, in medical design. So these are the fields in which CAD is being used widely. Now industrial look at CAD. So CAD/CAM technology is a technology and application driven field, and aerospace, automotive and shipbuilding industries have influenced to greater extent and the development of lofted and sculptured surfaces. You know, aerospace, automotive and shipbuilding industries, they have developed a lofted and sculptured surfaces, which is very difficult to achieve using conventional method. So we use CAD technology for this purpose. So therefore understanding the utilization and implementation of CAD technology in creating the technology, managing it, using it, and more importantly learning it. Creating the technology, managing it, using it, and more importantly learning it. Now principal of packages, the principal packages available consist of geometric modeling. These are the packages which are available in CAD. geometric modeling in graphics, design, manufacturing and programming, and softwares. So three available type of geometric modeling. The first one which we will discuss is geometric modeling. So three available type of geometric modeling are wireframe, surface modeling and solid modeling. Okay, we will discuss in detail what is wireframe modeling is, what is surface modeling is, and what is solid modeling is. And the best one in these is solid modeling, that is 3D model which we make today, and we can simulate that 3D model also. Okay. So graphics packages encompasses such functions such as geometric transformation, drafting, documentation, shading, coloring and layering. The design conventional drafting method was only done when the computers were not available, but using today techniques of computer, we can even do geometric transformations, we can do documentation of that, we can shade, we can color, and we can even do the layering of that product, which was impossible using traditional drafting method. Then design packages also includes mass property calculation. So mass property calculations can be done using a model. Okay, finite element modeling and analysis, that is FEM. We will study about FEM, how finite element analysis is being done. Then tolerance stack analysis, mechanism modeling and interference checking, which was impossible using traditional drafting method. So these things can be done using the design application packages. So once the design is complete in CAD software, drafting and documentation are performed on the model database. So documentation will be done, and once the documentation will be done, then this model is now ready for CAM application. Means this model will be sent for the manufacturing of the product to the machines or the computer which is attached to the machine. So this model is now ready for CAM application. So planning, tool path generation and verification and inspection assembly. So these functions will be performed once this CAD model which has been documented is sent for the CAM application. Now this is a flow chart basically for a CAD process. So we can see this, we have already learned in the last slide, in the last lecture also. So this is the finalized CAD process flow chart, from which we can see first recognition of need, from where the need arises for the product, why that product is to be made. Then problem definition, once the need is being identified, then problem is defined, how the product will be made, what will be the functions of the product. Okay. Then synthesis is being done as a whole, that we have learned already. Then analysis and optimization of this, once the synthesis has been done, the analysis and optimization will be done of the product. Then evaluation, then presentation. So the thing which are attached with the synthesis, analysis and optimization, evaluation, presentation, the processes are, for synthesis we use geometric modeling. For synthesis purpose we use geometric modeling. For analysis and optimization we use engineering analysis softwares, like I have already told you that we can do the analysis like ProE, ANSYS software. They are used for analyzing and optimization. Okay. Even for checking the interference. For evaluation purpose we do design review, and for presentation there is an automated drafting system. So this whole basically consists of a CAD process, how any product model is being made on computer and how to be optimized, analyzed, drafted, documented. Okay. Now application of computers in design. So basically I have already discussed here in our last flow chart. So we discussed 4 processes, which was basically helping the CAD process. So first one was geometric modeling. You can look back. So these are the 4 processes which we will be considering: geometric modeling, engineering analysis, design review and automated drafting. So first one is geometric modeling, which consists of wireframe model, solid model and surface model. Second is engineering analysis. We will discuss them one by one in detail. Third is design, review and evaluation, and the fourth one is this automated drafting. Here's D is missing, so this is drafting. Okay. So first is geometric modeling. What is geometric modeling is? So it is concerned with the computer compatible mathematical description of the geometry of an object. So how the product dimensions, actual dimensions of the product, the spacing of the product, the center of mass, center of gravity that we can find out. Obviously center of gravity you cannot find out, but yeah, center of mass is there. So this can be done with this in geometric modeling. During geometric modeling, computer converts the command inputted by the user into mathematical model, stores it in computer data file and display it as an image on CRT screen. So basically how the model is being made, so that is the view, the visual view of any model is done using geometric modeling. Okay. So basically geometric modeling, there are commands. First one is this basic geometric element, second is transformation commands, and third is assembly commands. So basic geometric elements contains points, lines, circles, arcs, etc. Okay. Transformation commands, it includes scaling, rotation, translation. We will learn how the transformation is being done. We will learn about scaling, rotation, translation later in this, in the first unit only, later in this subject. Okay. Third is assembly commands, like joining the elements, different elements to the desired shape of objects, that we will also learn, you know, the techniques for assembly. Now second is engineering analysis. So engineering analysis is required in formulation of design products. So various engineering analysis are, first one is stress strain calculation. These are the analysis softwares like ANSYS and ProEDUR. Okay. Stress strain calculation can be done using the model. Heat transfer calculation can be done with the help of a software using the geometric model. Fluid flow problems can be easily analyzed like static and dynamic analysis of complex structure with the help of softwares using the geometric model available to us. Now commercially available general purpose programs are mass property analysis. So it analyzes various mass properties such as mass, weight, volume and CG. Okay. And finite element analysis, FEA, that we will discuss, I already told you. Okay, the object is divided into large number of finite elements, that is rectangular or triangular element, which forms a interconnecting network of concentrated nodes. So can analyze stress strain analysis and heat flow. So third is design, review and evaluation. So once the model is being made using the geometric model, we have analysis, we have done the calculation, either stress strain or thermodynamic or mass. So we have done that calculations and we have analyzed and optimized. Then comes to the design, review and evaluation. So in design, review and evaluation, we check the accuracy. Design by, that is design review includes layering and interference checking. So layering is what? Layering is overlaying the geometric image on top of the image of rough casting to ensure sufficient material is used to get final machined dimension. So how much that actually we compare that model with the actual raw form of product, and we see that sufficient material is used to get the final machined dimensions. Otherwise it will be hard to calculate the number of products that can be made using the available resources. Okay. So first is layering, second is interference checking. When we do assembly, then each and every component have the motion relative to each other. So if there is an there is an interference while there is a motion between each other, between the components of a product, so that can be done using interference checking. So interference checking is a checking whether the mating parts interfere with the other parts after assembling. So it is a clearance analysis. So basically it's a clearance analysis. Now design evaluation includes first kinetics. So we consider the kinematic part, that is it animates the model mechanism to visualize the operation to ensure against interference within the component. Example, hinge components and linkages in machine parts. So kinematic analysis is basically the whole product is being simulated and checked whether the components which are moving with each other, which have relative motion with each other, or the mating parts, they are interfering or not. If they are interfering, then we optimize the system, we do the modeling again, so we redimension it so that interference can be removed from the product. Now automated drafting. So creation of hard copy engineering drawing is directly from GET database using printer or plotters. So now you want a hard copy of the design, so that is being done using automated drafting. You just have to click the file and you just have to press the button of print command, and then the hard copy will be in your hand. Okay. Now possible features like automatic dimensioning, sectional view, isometric view, scaling view, they can be seen, the print of these can be easily taken out using automated drafting. Now basics of geometric modeling and solid modeling. So we will see, we have already learned geometric modeling is of 3 types. Now we will see. So geometric modeling, what is geometric modeling is? It refers to a set of techniques concerned mainly with developing efficient representation of geometric aspect of a design. Therefore geometric modeling is a fundamental part of all CAD tools. Okay. So I have already explained geometric modeling, it's kind of repetitive. Now what are the application? Mass property calculation, mechanism analysis, that is kinematic part that I have already discussed, finite element modeling and ANSI programming. So using the geometric modeling we do all these 4 processes. So these are the applications of geometric modeling. So requirement of geometric modeling include completeness of the part presentation. There should be no dimension should be missing, or no part should be missing from assembly. If the part is missing or any dimension is missing, then everything which we calculate using the above applications will have some error. Okay. Now the modeling method should be easy to use by designers. Okay. So the modeling method should be easy to use by designers. Rendering capabilities, which means how fast the entities can be accessed and displayed by the computer. So rendering capabilities should be good so that it can be easily accessed and displayed by the computer. Now types of geometric modeling, first one is wireframe, we will see, we will learn in detail. Second is surface, and third is solid modeling. So model comparison, that is wireframe, surface model, solid model. We will come to this slide after some time. First we will learn about wireframe modeling. Individually we will learn about all the 3 models, then we will come to this slide, that is the comparison slide. So first is wireframe modeling is the simplest and oldest method of modeling the object. Wireframe can be considered as network of interconnected lines to represent the edge of a physical object being modeled. So you just think a cube, visualize a cube with edges, only edges, there is no surface present there. A cube made up of wire only, a cube which is made up of wire. So the cube made up of wire, a thin wire, is basically a wireframe model. So only edges can be seen, corners and edges can be seen, no surfaces can be seen. So in wireframe model there is no surface available, only edges and corners can be seen. So wireframe models can be considered networks of interconnected lines. So we are calling those edges as interconnected lines to represent the edges of the physical objects being modeled. A typical wireframe model may consist of points. So it may consist of points, lines, arcs, circles and curves. So using point, line, arc, circles and curve, we do wireframe model. We will see a picture of that wireframe model. We will get it. Now comes with 3 types of wireframe model. First is 2D modeling, that is only XY coordinate. used for flat surfaces. Then 2.5D modeling. So it resembles like 3D, but there no sidewall detailing is being done. So sidewall details are not present. That's why we call it as 2.5D rather than 3D. In 3D, everything is there. You know, X, Y, Z coordinates are there, including the sidewalls geometry. So this is, if you can see, this is basically the wireframe model. Okay, so this is a wireframe model. You can see the edges, curves, lines. So with the help of a figure, you can visualize how a wireframe model can be made. So wireframe modeling uses points, curves, like lines, circle, arcs, and so forth, define objects. The user uses edge and vertices. You know, I've already it uses edge and corners, that is vertices of the part to form a 3D object. So this is a wireframe model, where you can only see curves, lines, points, that is edges and vertices. So advantage of wireframe model. Wireframe model are simple and easy to create with little computer time and memory. Wireframe model forms the basis for surface model. CPU time required to retrieve, edit or update a wireframe model is usually small because no detailing is being present for the surfaces. So it requires less memory and it can be easily edited or updated anytime. Disadvantage, tend to be realistic. There is an ambiguity, complex model, difficult to interpret. Does not allow for use of photorealistic rendering tools. So photorealistic rendering tools cannot be done using wireframe models. Some software capabilities of hidden lines removal or limited basis. No ability to determine computational information on mass properties. So when we are calculating those mass properties using mass, so there is no mass present in the wireframe model. So you cannot analyze that product. Now surface modeling, that we will learn in next lecture. So that's all. Thank you.